Okay, so this is the next video tutorial for the breakdown of biomechanics of resistance exercises. So this next one is the isotonic. The isotonic is basically dynamic movement with a range of motion. So that's the one that most people actually do at the gym. So there's a concentric and eccentric movement in those. The concentric is basically what most people call your positive lift, and your eccentric is considered your negative lift. So if we were using, just use something as simple as the arm because that's the easiest to explain, is with my arm, if it goes against gravity, that 9.14, that's basically our positive. Anything moving away is our negative. Okay, so positive, negative, or concentric contraction, eccentric contraction. So what is the positive is you can reach maximum force potential out of muscles through a concentric contraction, which is a shortening, right? So your body has these little filaments called actin and myosin, and they basically bind in a curved position. And so they want to actually pull in. A good example, it's sick, but rigor mortis, that's our natural contraction of the body. That's a concentric contraction. So every time electrically it's stimulated and we go into that contraction, there's hundreds and thousands of these things, millions just constantly contracting, and that actually pulls in a muscle. And then when they're pulled apart, that's the eccentric. Now the biggest issue with eccentric contractions is it is more grueling on the body to do. It's not natural, but you get, depending on the muscle group, 20 to 30% increase in resistance with one of those. A good example is you could take a weight and you may not be able to lift it, but what you could do is if you had it, you put it in your right hand at the high point and then worked it down, you could, right? You could take it down, but you can't take it up, right? So that ends up being the drawback of free weights. You can only lift as much as your weakest point allows. That also entails, we talked about part of this with the strength curve and the isometrics, is that because your body has strength curves, there is a weaker point in the lift, there is a stronger point, and then there's a weaker point again. So that is the drawback. So a lot of the people that are actually training just in isotonics, they're actually losing part of their increase in performance. You can plateau on any one of these, but if you constantly stay with one, you're gonna be at a drawback. So that's basically the gist of the isotonics. Thanks.